Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 144 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about the tax impact when you guys are getting your loans forgiven. So there's a few things I definitely want to talk about. If you guys ever have any questions, drop them down below and understand I'm only talking personally. I'm only going to reply to those people that are subscribed. So make sure you guys are subscribed when you're leaving comments. Okay. Now, the thing is, when you guys get your say if you have like a foreclosure, say if it was a short sale, a deed in lieu of foreclosure, property repossession, default on a credit card bill, and then most settlements, basically or specifically when it is less than the contract amount, say if you're getting some type of settlement, you're paying less, then a lot of times you guys will receive a 1099-C form. And when you guys receive this form, you're going to need to file form 982 with the IRS because they want you to count whatever the difference is. They want you to count that as income, whatever it is that they've forgiven for you guys. And this is especially if these companies are writing off this debt. Now, some mortgage forgiveness occurring between 2007 and 2025 will not include this. So you won't have to actually pay on it. And then two, it's up to $750,000. So double check the numbers, as time change, things change. Now, if you work for certain professions and you get like your student loans, like if you're a teacher and you do like a forgiveness, if you get those canceled, then you probably don't have to, most likely, you don't have to actually file this form and count that as income. It just depends on the profession. And I want you guys to look it up and see if maybe the profession that you have will count. Now, if the debt has been canceled, but it would have basically been a deductible if you had paid it, then you don't have to do the form. You won't actually get the 1099-C form. You will not have to actually pay taxes on that. And remember, when they count that as your income, you have to pay taxes on that, basically, on that money. So if it's $5,000, you have to count that as $5,000 in income. You have to pay taxes on it. Or also, too, if you guys had this debt discharged in bankruptcy, you guys do not have to pay any taxes on it. Now, this is usually for you settle with some of these companies that's out there. Say if you settle with Discover, they may go ahead and send you that form. But I suggest you guys, if you're concerned about actually having to pay taxes on it, if I were you guys, I would actually just do further research on whatever debt it is. And then also, you can also ask the company, whoever you're settling with, ask them exactly what they're going to do with that debt. So you can know what's going to happen. Now, usually they have to report at the end of the year. So you probably not going to get a form a lot of times until the end of the year. Okay. Now, hopefully this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Another video. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about debt relief services that I want you guys to avoid. A lot of times when people have debt, they want to go to a company that say that they're going to help them in terms of paying off these debts. And if you guys see these different things I'm going to show you on the screen shortly, or if you guys see that maybe this may not work, maybe you need to not go with that company. And then in the next episode, I'm going to talk about like which type of companies, such as sometimes people will go to, like, for debt settlement, they'll go to like payday loan stores, or they'll take out personal loans, but the personal loans have horrible interest rates, things like that. We're going to talk about that in the next episode. But in this one, when you guys want to know, which ones to avoid, I'm going to tell you some red flags now of things you need to avoid. So you need to avoid companies that set up long-term payment plans with your creditors. You need to avoid this. You also need to avoid companies that's going to negotiate some lump sum settlements. And we're going to talk more about this in the next episode as to why. But only thing I want to tell you guys now is, for simple things like this, you can do it yourself, because you'll end up paying fees to these companies. And I think previously I did some negotiation letters in a previous episode. I did have those available. I need to find those and make it available on my website. I made it available for free also, so that you can settle with all your companies. It was free. You can mail them out. And that's why I said you can do it yourself. like for those two, it's like I can do myself. Also, debt settlement companies that's going to ask for upfront fees. You don't even know sometimes how this stuff is going to work. So if you see the upfront fees, you need to watch out. Also, debt consolidation loans with high interest rates. So, only reason why I really don't like this is the main thing. A lot of times when you have certain debts, you're not being charged interest. So say if that you owe $300 as an example for a debt. If you owe $300 for a debt, they're not charging you interest by the day, by the month, by the year. So if you owe $300 today, you're going to owe again that same $300 in 2 years or a year. So a lot of people will lump a whole bunch of those together. Oh, I got $1,000 one that's like that, 1,500, $2,000, 300. They'll put all of those together and then they'll get a high interest loan. But that's not smart, because think about it like this: you're not being charged interest. You'll be better off just saving your money and just negotiating and paying out as you get the money. You'll be better off doing that than to do high interest rate loans. Also, payday loan companies, we talked about that for sure. For profit debt management plans, and also any type of debt elimination scams. Like, just avoid all of these different things. Now, in the next episode, we're going to go more into the difference between debt settlement and debt negotiation. We're going to go into that because that's going to be a key thing that you guys definitely need to learn if you guys want to figure out some debt relief. And definitely make sure you guys check out my blog too, Rickita.com. I always have a blog that's tied to this. You guys can read and get even more information, just in case this is not detailed enough. I usually make these videos to spark something in your mind, and if it's what's going on with you, you know, to continue to look further at the blog and get the complete list of information on what it is. And if the video is not what you need, you thought it was, then it's like, okay, good, go about your business and you have a great day. But hopefully that this is helpful. We need to do episode 146 next.